So, skip that one. Then another prominent effort is the Cisco, Intel, Microsoft project, which is Assessment and Teaching of 21st Century Skills. It's called ATCS or ATC21S. Have you heard of this before? This was announced at the forum in London, I think, maybe a year before this. So they have funded some working papers that were just published in January, and this is from their working paper on what are the 21st century skills that we should assess. And they have four different categories: ways of thinking, ways of working, tools for working, and living in the world. And then under them they have kind of the familiar suspects: creativity, innovation, critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, learning to learn, communication, collaboration, information literacy, ICT literacy, and then citizenship, life and career. I'm not sure what that is. Personal and social responsibility. Are you alive? Personal and social responsibility, including cultural awareness and competence. So it's kind of an interesting list. They're supposed to be developing some pilot assessments and trying them out in various countries in the next year. They also have this framework where for each of the things on the last list, they identify knowledge aspects, skill aspects, and attitude, value, and ethics aspects. And if you look at the working paper, the thing that's kind of daunting is there are 10 things on the last slide. There are these three aspects in their K-SAVE framework. That's 30 things to assess, which they say you should do in the content area. So it's 30 by, say, 5 core academic content areas. That would be 150 things to assess for technological literacy, which seems very complicated to me, at least. But we'll see what happens. More recently, as they described it, and it just came out, the papers came out in January, but they say they're going to try to define skill areas: reasoning within problem solving, participation in collaborative problem solving, and social networking using technology. This is what the 3 corporations have said, which is quite different from what the white paper said that was done by academics. But since the corporations are the ones that are doing the pilot testing, this is probably what they're going to do. Instead of the elaborate 150, they probably decided 150 things was too much to assess as well. So this is something to watch. It's in progress. Okay. And I think I'm gonna wrap it up there and try to just get some reaction from you in terms of what is it that you're assessing in terms of technological literacy in your country, and what do you think we should assess, if anything? Do we need to assess technological literacy separately? Or do we just incorporate technology in our assessments in language arts, in our assessments in science, in our assessments in mathematics?